what's up? I'm Josh.
I'm Keith. We're from BUCKCHERRY. You're watching MULATSCHAG, the only TV you'll ever need.
How drunk were you when you came up with that EP idea to make it?
Drunk were we?
Yeah.
Well, we weren't drunk at all, actually. You know what? We had thrown around an EP idea for a long time, and you know, we're big fans of the movie Scarface. We wanted to make just a record with a lot of fucks in it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then at a certain point we said, why not just call it Fuck?
Yep.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
How tough was it picking the songs?
It wasn't tough at all, you know. We only wrote probably 8 songs for a 6-song EP, and it was pretty fun.
How is it living in the Hollywood Hills these days?
Well, we actually live in a tour bus most of the time. We spend the majority of our lives, you know, on the road, either in North America or actually all over the world now. So we don't get to spend a lot of time in LA.
But it's nice coming home to a nice place, though.
It is, you know. We worked hard for what we have, and it's nice to come home to our families. But you know, we're a touring rock and roll band.
You're still recording it at your place?
Yeah. As of right now, we're still working at the Bastard Ranch, and it works really well for us. We were able to rehearse there for this record in the living room, and when we went home last December for the holiday break, we just recorded very quickly, like 2 weeks.
When you're looking back, how do you see the time now with the Cherry Roses?
I don't look back.
Wow, I mean, that was like a month out of our life, so
yeah.
We don't really think about it at all.
No.
But people talk that much about it, so.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it was a fun moment in time, but man, it was like 10, 12 years ago. So, I mean, it doesn't. I think everyone's gone on for the better, and I don't think we really look back at all.
Your last name is Gruber. Where's that coming from? Do you have German-speaking ancestors?
That came from my father. Yeah.
Yep.
Was he German or
I don't know.
German roots? You don't know?
I've never even figured that out. Maybe I should.
Oh yeah, because it's more used in Austria than in Germany, so you probably have Austrian ancestors.
Maybe I look like it, right?
Yeah. You do look like a Habsburger.
The Habsburger.
All right.
Let's talk a bit. It's a year past the confession thing. It should have been a movie first. Are you still working on the movie?
We have abandoned the idea of making the movie.
Come on.
It's been 3 fucking years, and you know, it's a major undertaking to get a movie made. Oh, and I don't think it was very advantageous when we first came out with the idea. And as of this point right now, we're focused on the future. We're not really looking back at that. I mean, we're really proud of the record. Josh wrote an amazing screenplay. Hopefully at some point it'll get made, but it's not something that we're really actively pursuing right now.
That's so ridiculous nowadays. Even Rob Zombie is whining like he's not getting his money together to do his next movie and shit, you know?
Movies are very expensive. You know, we had no idea.
Yeah. But still, great record, Confession, and of course the stories behind it. How tough was it to put this all out? You know, so personal stories.
You know, it was a very emotional record. You know, it was really tough, actually. We worked a long time on it, and I'm glad we did, because I think it's one of our best records. And yeah, you know, we dug deep on that one. There was a lot of peaks and valleys, and we came out with a great product.
How was the feeling for you then when you heard the record, when you first heard the record? I mean, it's part of it is your personal story then.
You know, you're always excited about your own music, but you know, it becomes this game before you put a record out. Like, you think it's great, and then you're like, maybe it's not that great, and you don't know, because you don't have the public to kind of validate if it's good or not. You know, so you know, there's always that struggle before you put a record out. But you know, ultimately, if we love it, that's all that matters.
And I mean, like a song like Sloth, that must be. Do you perform the song live?
That was clever, huh?
It was good.
Yeah.
We have not performed that song live yet, but very well could perform it live. It's, you know, that is probably you know, it's the heaviest, probably the heaviest song that we've ever done as far as subject matter. And I think it, you know, it's a song we'd have to really do the right way to do it justice live.
Yeah. You did play the strip again.
We played the 50th anniversary of the Whisky. It was really great to be included in that. They asked us to be a part of that celebration. When we were an unsigned band, a local LA band, we played the Whisky one night and we got thrown out on the sidewalk with our gear and we were all sweaty, and that's when the gentleman that signed us to our first ever record contract walked up to me and Josh and said, "Hey, you guys want to make a record?" And that's kind of where it all began for us. So it was very exciting to go back there later. I think we sold it out in like 20 minutes. It was a really great night for us.
But you not only played the Whisky, you did Viper Room?
We did 3 nights at the Viper Room as well, yes. So we've had a really nice run getting back to our roots there on the Sunset Strip.
The Viper Room used to be called the Central, and I lived right down the street from that place. I used to take acid and go watch bands there, and you know, I'd go to the liquor store right next to it, and it's all still there, you know. And the cool thing about the Viper Room is it's a very small club, but it sounds great no matter where you are in the club, and we always loved that. And we did a residency there right before we got signed, so we did all these shows at the Viper Room, and then the last show was at the Whisky, and then we got signed. So it's a very special place for us.
Was that already BUCKCHERRY? But it was the two of them.
It was Josh and I and 2 other guys, and we were Sparrow at the time.
Oh,
different name.
Yeah, it was called Sparrow.
How many chicks have asked you if Crazy Bitch is about them?
Wow, if we had like just $1
For everyone.
for everyone,
We wouldn't have to sit here.
we'd
and
be
do
able to
this.
make the movie.
See that?